Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Everyday, the podcast. I'm your host, Mary.
And I'm Luke. It's wonderful to have you with us today.
Today, we are going to dive into a topic that is so important for anyone living, working, or studying in an English-speaking country. We're talking about how to ask for help politely.
That's right, Mary. It's a situation everyone finds themselves in. Whether you need to ask for directions, find something in a store, or clarify a question at the bank. But it can feel a little intimidating, especially if you're not fully confident with your English yet.
Exactly. The good news is that learning a few key phrases and understanding the cultural importance of politeness can make all the difference. It turns a scary moment into a positive and successful interaction.
So in this episode, we'll break it all down into simple, easy-to-remember parts. We'll start with what we call the magic words of politeness. Then we'll look at some reliable sentence structures you can use anywhere.
We'll also do some role-playing for common scenarios. And we'll even touch on what to do if you don't understand the help that's given to you. We want you to leave this episode feeling ready and confident to ask for help whenever you need it.
Sounds like a great plan. Let's get started.
Okay, first things first, the magic words. These are 3 simple words or phrases that are the absolute foundation of politeness in English. They are, excuse me, please, and thank you.
They might seem basic, but their importance is huge. Let's start with excuse me. This is your tool for getting someone's attention. Think of it as a polite way to say, I would like to interrupt you for a moment.
That's exactly it. You can't just walk up to a stranger and start talking. For example, if you're in a supermarket and you need help, you shouldn't just say to an employee, "Where's the milk?"
Right. That feels very abrupt and demanding. But if you start with a gentle, excuse me, and wait for them to look at you, you've started the conversation respectfully. You're acknowledging their time.
That pause after you say it is really important. Excuse me. Then you make eye contact. Then you ask your question. It changes the whole feeling of the interaction.
It does. Now, after you've got their attention, the next magic word comes into play. Please. This little word is a powerhouse. It transforms a command into a request.
It really does. Let's use that milk example again. Excuse me, tell me where the milk is. That's still too direct.
Yes, still a command.
But, excuse me, could you tell me where the milk is, please? Suddenly, it's soft, it's respectful, and it's a proper question.
Exactly. That please signals that you know you are asking for a favor, even a small one. It's a fundamental part of politeness in English-speaking cultures.
Okay, so the person tells you where the milk is. That brings us to our third and final magic word, which is thank you.
The essential conclusion to any polite request. It closes the loop and shows your appreciation. A simple thank you is good. Thank you very much or thank you so much is even better if someone has taken a bit of time to help you.
And this is crucial. You should say thank you even if the person can't help you.
Yes, that's an excellent point. If you ask for directions and the person says, I'm sorry, I'm not from around here, you don't just walk away. You say, okay, thank you anyway. You are thanking them for their time and their willingness to listen.
So to recap the magic words, start with excuse me, make your request with please, and always finish with thank you. If you can master just these 3 things, you are 90% of the way there.
Absolutely. They are the building blocks for everything else we're about to discuss.
Now that we have the magic words, let's talk about the sentences we put them in. We need some reliable, polite question structures. The most common and useful one you can learn is starting your question with, could you?
Could you? Yes, it's my personal favorite. It's polite, it's clear, and it works in almost every situation, formal or informal.
It does. Let's do a quick role play. We're back in the supermarket. I need to find the bread. You're an employee, Luke.
Okay, I'm arranging apples. Ready.
Excuse me?
Yes, how can I help?
Hi, could you please tell me where the bread is?
Certainly. The bakery section is right at the back of the store, past the dairy aisle.
Oh, okay, at the back. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
See? It was perfect. Excuse me, could you please? And thank you very much. The entire interaction was smooth and polite.
It was. And as the employee, I'm happy to help someone who asks so nicely. Now, some learners might ask about using can you instead of could you. Can you tell me where the bread is? Is that okay?
That's a great question. Can you is not wrong, and you will hear native speakers use it all the time, especially in casual situations. However, could you is always a little bit more polite and a little more formal. So, if you're ever in doubt, could you is the safer choice.
Good rule of thumb. When talking to a stranger, use could. When talking to a friend, can is often fine.
Okay, what if you want to be even more polite? Maybe you feel like you're asking for a slightly bigger favor. For that, we can use the structure, would you mind?
Ah, a very useful, very soft phrase, but it has a specific grammar rule we have to remember. After would you mind, you must use the ing form of the verb.
Yes, exactly. So you would say, would you mind helping me? Not, would you mind to help me? Let's try a role play. Imagine I'm your neighbor and I'm going on vacation and I need a favor.
Okay, I'm out in my garden.
Hi, Luke. How are you?
Hey, Mary. I'm great. Enjoying the sunshine. What's up?
I'm going away for a few days next week, and I have a quick question for you. Would you mind watering my flowers for me while I'm gone?
Oh, of course not. I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you so much. That's a huge help. I really appreciate it.
That was a perfect use of the phrase. Now let's talk about my answer. You asked, would you mind? And I said, of course not. This can be confusing for learners. The no in the answer means no, I do not mind, which means yes, I will help you.
It's a very important point. If someone says no, not at all, or no problem, that is a positive yes answer. It's a little tricky, but you get used to it.
Okay, we have one more key structure. This one is for when you want to be very indirect and formal, or when you're asking for something that requires more effort. The phrase is, I was wondering if you could...
I love this phrase. It sounds so gentle and respectful. It makes it very easy for the other person to say no if they can't help, which is why it's so polite. It doesn't put pressure on them.
Exactly. This is a great one for more formal settings, like a bank. Let's do that. You be the customer this time, Mary, and I'll be the bank teller.
Okay, I walk up to your window. Good morning.
Good morning. How can I help you today?
I was wondering if you could help me. I need to transfer money to an international account, but I've never done it before.
Of course. I can certainly walk you through that. Do you have the recipient's bank details with you?
Yes, I do. Thank you. I appreciate your help.
See how professional and polite that sounded? I was wondering if you could help me is perfect for that situation. It sets a formal, respectful tone right from the start.
It does. So, to summarize our three main structures, could you, for everyday polite requests? Would you mind, for extra polite requests or favors? And I was wondering if you could, for formal situations or big requests.
Having those three in your vocabulary is like having a key to any door. You're prepared for anything.
Let's talk about a situation that many people find difficult, asking for help over the phone. You can't see the other person's face, so your words and tone of voice are everything.
That's a really important one. Let's say you've received a bill for your phone or electricity, and you don't understand one of the charges. You need to call customer service.
Okay, let's role play it. I'll be the customer and you're the customer service agent, Luke. Ring, ring.
Thank you for calling Power Company. This is Luke speaking. How can I help you?
Hello, Luke. My name is Mary. I'm calling about my most recent bill. I was wondering if you could clarify one of the charges for me, please.
Certainly, Mary. I can help with that. Could you please provide your account number or address?
Yes, it's...
Okay, let's pause there. Mary, you did two very important things at the start of that call. First, you stated your name. Second, you stated the reason for your call very clearly.
Right. That helps the agent immediately. They know who you are and what you need, and I use the "I was wondering if you could" structure, along with "please," to keep it very polite, even though I might be feeling frustrated with the bill.
That's the key. Staying calm and polite will almost always get you better and faster help than being angry or demanding.
So, we've talked about what to say when you need help, but what happens when someone gives you an answer and you don't understand it? This is a very common fear for language learners.
It is. The worst thing you can do is just nod and pretend you understand. You'll walk away just as confused as before. It is always okay to ask for clarification.
Absolutely. There are some very simple, polite phrases for this. For example, if someone speaks too quickly, you can say, "I'm sorry, could you please say that again more slowly?"
That's a great one. People often don't realize how fast they're speaking. Another good phrase is, "I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that." This is a polite way of saying, "I didn't hear or understand you."
I also think it's very effective to be honest about your situation. You can say, "My English is still developing. Could you explain that in a simpler way, please?"
Yes, people are almost always very kind and patient when you say that. They will adjust how they speak to help you. Let's try a role play for asking for directions on the street, but this time the directions are a little confusing. I'll be the helpful local and you're the lost tourist, Mary.
Okay, excuse me, sorry to bother you. Could you tell me how to get to the main post office?
Sure. You just need to go straight down this road to the next intersection, take a right at the traffic lights, and it's diagonally across from the pharmacy.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Could you say that again a little more slowly? I didn't understand the last part. What is a pharmacy?
Oh, my apologies. A pharmacy, where you buy medicine. So you go to the corner, turn right, and the post office is across the street from the pharmacy.
Pharmacy, I understand now. Thank you so much for your help and your patience.
No problem at all. Have a good day.
That was a perfect example. I asked for clarification. I was specific about the word I didn't know. And because of that, I got the information I needed. It's so much better than walking away confused.
Absolutely. Never be ashamed to ask someone to repeat or simplify. It shows you are really trying to understand.
Now, everything we've talked about so far has been about the words you use. But there's another part to communication that's just as important: nonverbal communication. This means your tone of voice and your body language.
Yes, this is a big one. You can say the most polite words in the world, but if your tone of voice is flat or angry, the message won't be received as polite.
Exactly. Think about the phrase, "Excuse me, could you help me?" I can say it with a friendly, slightly upward tone. "Excuse me, could you help me?" It sounds like a genuine question.
Right. Very approachable.
But if I say it with a flat, low tone, "Excuse me, could you help me?" It sounds impatient and demanding. The words are the same, but the feeling is completely different.
It really is. A warm, friendly tone makes a huge difference. And the same goes for body language. When you approach someone, try to have a small, gentle smile. It signals that you are friendly.
Making eye contact is also important. It shows you're engaged and sincere. You don't want to stare, of course, but looking at the person when you speak to them shows respect.
And think about your posture. Standing with your arms crossed can make you seem closed off or angry. Try to have open body language, arms at your sides, facing the person you're speaking to.
It all works together: the polite words, the friendly tone, and the open body language. When you combine all three, you create a very positive impression and make it much more likely that people will be happy and willing to help you.
It's about showing respect, not just with your words, but with your whole presence.
Well, Luke, that brings us toward the end of our episode. We have covered a lot of ground today, so let's do a quick wrap-up of the most important takeaways for our listeners.
Excellent idea. So number 1, always remember the magic words. Start with a polite "excuse me" to get attention, use "please" in your request, and always, always finish with thank you.
Number 2, use polite question structures. Could you is your reliable friend for almost any situation. But for extra politeness or bigger favors, try would you mind or I was wondering if you could are great options.
Number 3, remember that your nonverbal communication matters. Use a friendly tone of voice, make eye contact, and offer a small smile. It makes a world of difference.
And number 4, don't be afraid to say you don't understand. It's better to ask someone to speak more slowly or explain something in a simpler way than to leave a conversation confused.
That's it. Ultimately, the most important message is that needing help is normal. Asking for it is a skill, and like any skill, you get better with practice. So don't be afraid to try. Most people are kind and will be happy to help someone who is making an effort to be polite.
That's so true. We hope this discussion has given you the tools and the confidence you need. That's all the time we have for today on English Every Day, the podcast.
Thank you for joining us. We wish you the best in all your conversations. Goodbye for now.
Bye, everyone.